Creating a goal is something that a lot of people talk about. I personally talk about it on my channel all the time when it comes to creating a goal for yourself. But something that is very important is making sure that you create a goal that you will actually accomplish. So I will be listing some things, very important things at the end. So make sure that you stick around for that. Creating a goal isn't just about where you want to be. It's about where you are. When you are in a certain stage of your life, you want to take that into consideration when it comes to your goal. If you are a current college student, if you are working full time, or if you are not working at all and you are not a college student, all those things play a role. Even if you're married and have a kid versus if you don't have a kid and you're not married, all of these things matter when it comes to your personal goal. Creating a goal isn't about creating it for other people. It's not about creating what other people find fit. It's not about creating exactly what you see other people creating, but it's about making a goal that is custom to you and your situation. So maybe your situation, you have a little baby and you need to take care of your child. So you want to make sure that your goal is one that allows you to have optimal time with your child and allows you to be able to focus on the goal. You cannot make your goal the same as somebody else that doesn't have kids and they have way more time to give. And you also cannot be upset at yourself or be hard on yourself or be disappointed in yourself because of your limitations. You know, you may have certain things that you are responsible for that maybe other people are not responsible for. So it's not a negative thing to scale back a little bit, because you just want to take time to understand what is realistic for you. And realistic doesn't have to mean small. Realistic means that it is what's going to be best fit for you. Again, going back to the mother example, if you have a child, you are going to be exhausted and you don't want to overwork yourself to the point of diminishing returns and to the point of you completely breaking down. You want to still have patience with yourself. You still want to have care for yourself. And if you overdo it, that's where it's easy to then not accomplish the goal at all. And this even goes for other areas. If you're a college student, you have to study all day. You're not going to have as much time versus if you have graduated already. So the expectation needs to be custom to what you know you can handle. Setting big goals is very important. Setting big goals is something that I highly encourage. But at the same time, you need to know yourself. Because when you're creating goals that you're actually going to accomplish, you need to know what you're feeling, what steps you're taking. Because if you create a goal and maybe somebody else created the goal, maybe they achieved the goal and you're trying to do the same thing, well, maybe it may be overwhelming for you where you're at in your life right now, how you're feeling right now, what you have going on right now. It may feel overwhelming for you. And the thing is, goals can literally always be changed. It can always be advanced. And if you know setting this huge goal right now may be overwhelming for you, set smaller goals and just know, once I reach this goal, I'll make a bigger one. And you do so and so on and so on and so on until you reach that final goal. And it helps so that you do not get overwhelmed. You take it step by step. And at the same time, you understand where you are at and how you feel. Your resistance to bigger goals can be even stronger in the future. Because if right now you're like, you know what, I get very easily overwhelmed. Well, setting this humongous goal may not be the best step for you. And you may end up giving up because of how overwhelmed you feel. Versus if you understand, I get overwhelmed easily, so I'm just going to create smaller goals where I won't get overwhelmed. And as time goes on, I will have more of a resistance to feeling overwhelmed or anxious or fearful. So it's not about only understanding your circumstances, which is really important, but understanding your emotions and your emotional limits. And third that I want to talk about is to ensure you have what you need and that what you need is reasonable to obtain. Now, this goal may fit everything else, your circumstance. It may fit your emotional barriers and your emotional resistance. But now it may not necessarily fit what you can physically do. If you create this goal and you literally do not have what you need, or you may have, certain things that you need, but not everything that you need, and then the other things are like really difficult to obtain, then you can end up giving up because you just don't physically have the stuff that you need. For example, me, I was looking into this arts and crafts project and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get into this, let me do this. And I started looking at all the materials I was needing, and half of the stuff I have never heard of before, and it was going to be really expensive for me to get all the items. And again, I didn't even know the name. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to come back to this later because I know that I'm not going to end up accomplishing this, because I'm going to buy one thing and then I'm probably going to look at all the other stuff, not know what the heck it is, and it's probably going to be way more expensive and way out of my budget. And then I'm just going to be left with half of it and not the other half, and then not being able to do anything. So understanding what those physical limitations are, and that doesn't mean that you cannot come back to it. That doesn't mean that it's completely donezo, like nothing. No, that's not what that means. It just means that maybe you want to prepare a little bit more before you set this goal and before you start moving towards it. Because at the end of the day, if you have a goal and you decide, you know what, it's not fitting everything that I need. It's not fitting the circumstance, emotions, or physical needs. I'm just going to set this aside for a second while I do something else. So instead of trying to do this goal that does not fit what you are needing right now, does not fit what will most likely allow you to accomplish the goal, instead of trying to go for that and then half doing it and then getting super discouraged, instead, you can spend that exact same time on something that you will actually accomplish, that you actually have everything that you need, and that you will actually finish it. And so it's just a better use of your time. Now, there are a couple of things that will help you on your journey. So if you have figured out that, you've made this goal, you have all the things down that you need, it matches everything, there is now the part of the mental, the focus. And this part is really important. And I think that you should really take time to understand this and actually put it into place. Now, you don't have to do every single one of these, but I think it's good just to have one. The first thing I say to do when it comes to your goals now is to create a mood/vision board so that you are able to see it. It's like a visual encourager. I suggest using Pinterest, magazines. You can have it physically, you can have it digitally. Make it your home screen, like literally make a collage of photos and make it your home screen to keep you going. That's my hydroponic tower back there. If you hear the water, I did not know it was coming on right now. But anyways, the video continues. Next, I suggest having affirmations. Something that I have been practicing recently is when I wake up, I immediately tell myself affirmations. And it is more impactful than what you think, because sometimes we wake up, and when you make up, at least for me, wake up and there's this level of peace, right? And then after the peace, there's immediate negative things, and negative thoughts start to flow in. The negative circumstances, the embarrassing moments, the things that you wish you did differently, all starts to flow in. And when you say these affirmations to yourself, positive thinking, positive whatever to yourself, proclaim positivity over your life. Even biblically, there's power in the tongue. So declare positive, beautiful things over your life. When you do that as soon as you wake up, it's almost like it helps cut back those negative thoughts that you are going to have or that you would have had. Next, I do have a video about this, which I'll probably link up here or something like that. But it's talking about achieving your goals, being very clear with the things that you're wanting to achieve. Be very clear, be very concise, make sure that you know where you're going so you can stay focused. And create a process, create baby steps. Don't sit here and look at it as a huge task that you just have to tackle, but you're more likely to finish it if you have a process. if you have baby steps. An example for me, I have my tripod sitting here all of the time. I rarely ever move it. I do not take it down. And then I have my light right here again. Rarely ever move it. It's always sat here, so it's never gonna be taken down. But having those things, having my tripod to sit right here, it's a process for me. It makes it easier for me to actually go and make these videos that you see. And there are more processes that you can have. You can have very step-by-step guides for yourself when it comes to what you're going to do, your future, how you're going to behave, and the things that you are going to accomplish. And make sure that you break it down into baby steps as well, because the baby steps can be very encouraging because you see that you're actually doing something. You don't have to just look at this big mountain. You can see how the little steps are helping you, how they're benefiting you. And overall, it's just a good thing to have your little baby steps. It makes the process a lot easier. You can focus more on what you need to do and the step-by-steps of what you need to do so that you don't get lost as well. And ensure these baby steps, these processes are all as easy for you to follow and as easy for you to do as possible, because that also contributes to you actually accomplishing your goal. Now, this is a huge part that I'm super excited to talk about because it's something that I need to do, so we're both being held accountable for it. And that is engaging and investing in yourself. I said that so often. Engaging and investing in yourself. Big thing, I'm just going to say the thing that I'm most excited about right now is go to seminars, go to conferences, and engage in the things that you want to. If you want to start a business, if you want to get your degree, if you want to get, your capstone, if you specifically want to be a CPA, if you want to do whatever, go to conferences, go and go to seminars that are going to help you. And I highly recommend to do these things in person, because then you will surround yourself with the type of things that you want to see happening in your life. You will surround yourself with people that will keep you accountable. You will surround yourself with people that will encourage you. You will be surrounding yourself with people who will be there for you, who understand you, who understand how you feel and understand what you're doing. This can really help you in regards to not getting as discouraged, not feeling like you're alone, because that's very easy to feel. And having someone there can really truly make all the difference. And so having that experience, it just has so many benefits where it can really change your perspective on everything. It can really be the difference between you continuing and you not continuing. So if you're feeling discouraged, I would highly suggest find a seminar that's going on in person near you. Go to it, talk to people, network, get encouragement, and find a buddy where you guys can continuously help each other. Next thing that I would say is the second best thing besides like seminars and conferences is to just find things online. Find videos, find courses, if it's paid, if it's free, find books, engage in those things and feed yourself. And I would highly suggest doing this for at least 1 hour a week, because you at least want it to be consistent. I would say more than an hour, but if that's all that you have to spare, feed yourself for at least an hour a week, because it does make a difference. And I would suggest you doing it so that you can see what difference it makes in your life, in your mindset, and in your actions. That concludes all that I have for today's video. I really do hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider subscribing to help grow my channel so that this channel can really help you be more impactful. And along with that, if there's something specific that you want me to talk about, things that you feel like I'm missing, things that you feel like I need to add, things that you feel like I need to adjust, please let me know in the comments below, because I want to make my videos as good as they can be for you. Again, thank you so much for watching, especially to the very end of my video. Please make sure to take care of yourself physically, mentally, and financially. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.